Hi, this is an explanation for Week 6. Week 6 topics include folklore, science fiction, and fantasy. The AI assignment is due this week. The young adult book will be discussed in Literacy Circle this week. Be sure to blog about this book after your discussion. Let's take a look at the activities for Week 6. The first activity is the video. You're already viewing that, so you're well on your way. You'll be discussing the young adult book, as I said earlier, assigned to your Literacy Circle this week, and then we're going to look at diversity in fantasy. You're going to read one of the articles below, and then you're going to respond to the following questions. So the articles are the campaign for shiny futures or musing on diverse worlds. So you're going to either answer A or B. In Deidre F. Baker's article, Musings on a Diverse World, she discusses how there is an absence of racial and cultural diversity in the protagonists of fantasies and in the cultural imagery employed by fantasy authors. Discuss how you would address the lack of diversity in this genre in your classroom. What would you do and why? Or, from the campaign of Shiny Futures, currently we live in a world where fiction that provides insight into the human condition, usually defined as emotion, is lauded as having an ultimate literary value. This is not a given, but part of the current cultural moment. Other values, learning about the mechanics of the world, for example, which were once celebrated both in education and hierarchies of reading lists, are received uncertainly. We may want children to learn science and languages, but our societies regard children and adults who enjoy doing that as a bit odd. Do you enjoy science fiction? If so or not, do you agree with the author's point? We're going to evaluate a science fiction or fantasy book. So after reading Chapter 6 of the textbook and the PowerPoint below, evaluate a fantasy or science fiction book from your self-selected log or library using the evaluation questions. So you just need to find a science fiction book and then use the evaluation questions. So here's the PowerPoint for science fiction. Here's the evaluating the questions. Taking a look at the video, the flying books, and then locate a lesson. So view the fantastic flying books of Mr. Morris Lesmore video. The short film won an Academy Award and is based on a fantasy picture book by the same title. Locate a website about this book and share what you would use from the website in creating a lesson for the use of this book. You don't need to create an actual lesson plan. You just need to list your ideas from the website information. Link the website you used and post your list of ideas in this Dropbox, and also comment on one of your colleagues' lessons ideas. Let's take a look at evaluating folklore. Find a folklore book to read. This can come from your self-selected reading library if you haven't read one already. If you already have, read the folklore book, then use it to complete the following and post it in the Dropbox. Provide the title, the author of the book, and a short summary. Identify this type of folklore that the book is based on the information provided in the PowerPoint slides and Chapter 5. Evaluate the book using the handout Evaluating Folklore, and you'll find that here. Discuss whether you think this piece of folklore is authentic to the culture. Provide a rationale for your reasoning. Here is the PowerPoint presentation. This is the document for evaluating folklore that you'll need to use. Last but not least, you're going to share a folklore story by telling, not reading. You're not going to read the story, but tell the story in a video of yourself sharing the story with us. You can use the book as a guide, but do not read the story to us. Tell us the story. Please use storytelling tips found below. I create a video of me sharing the story. Post your work in this Dropbox and post a comment using one idea from the tips as a point of evaluation for me and one other colleague. So you will see that I am using the book, or you probably won't see the book in the video, but I am using the book to guide me along the way, but I am not reading the book. And that is what storytelling is all about. It's that you're not reading the book, but you're telling the story from the book. Here are some reminders. The AI assignment is due this week, week 6. Here's the Dropbox for that. The self-selected virtual library is due week 7. Your field experience journal and librarian interview is also due week 7. And during week 7, your last book, the informational textbook, will be discussed in your literacy circle, and you can complete your reader's response blog then. That's the information for this week. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. You can also ask the students, your colleagues in your literacy circle at any time as well. I'll see you online. I'll see you in literacy circle. Have a great week.